up?
So in this episode, we're going to review 3 bikes, the Leoncino, the TRK, and the Cruiser, also known as 502C. Let's start with the Leoncino. Benelli's Leoncino, which by the way stands for Lion Cub, is my overall favorite among the 3. So let's go over the bike specs very quickly. Starting with the engine, it's got 499.60cc EFI with inline 2 cylinders. Horsepower is 47.6 at 8500 RPM and packs a torque of 45 Nm at 5000 RPM. Of course, it's liquid-cooled engine, and get this, if you haven't heard this bike in person yet, you're in for a surprise. It's actually specially designed so that it gives us that unique smooth sound. Tank capacity is 13.5 liters, swing arms attached to an adjustable monoshock from the rear coupled with inverted forks at the front. Brake system is dual ABS, front and rear, with a switch button to turn it on and off, depende na lang sa trip mo. Also, the good-looking front panel, headlights, turn lights, and tail lights are worth mentioning. Now, I was able to ride a bike in 2 separate occasions. The first one was in heavy traffic scenario, and the other one is right here on this part of the video.
Alright, sitting position is not that aggressive as I expected. Torque is definitely there. Engine feels very smooth, and I really like the riding position. Even the seat is very comfortable. But one thing I don't really like is how wide this handlebar is. I think I'm going to have a little bit of a problem with filtering through the traffic. But the bike is really light, lighter than I expected, so I guess it's a good trade-off. I really love the exhaust on this one. It's just a 2-cylinder inline 2 engine, but it sounds like an inline 4.
So I took the bike for another round, no mic, no talking, just the bike's sound on the background para ma-enjoy nyo naman kung gaano talaga kaganda ang tunog ng bike na to. Now, the second time I was able to ride a bike, it was in a different location, different date, and the traffic condition was different as well. Medyo maraming kotse sa paligid, so there was a little bit of traffic. So this gave me a little bit more idea of how the Leoncino would be handling Metro Manila traffic. Now, if you remember, I was complaining earlier about how wide the handlebars are, and I take it back. It's actually a good thing that they made it wide enough because the front tires are actually thick. So, thick tires means heavy steering, but because of the wide handlebars, you don't feel that thick tire at all. It doesn't feel heavy. So, that wide handlebar actually helps. So we tried to check if there's going to be difficulty in squeezing between cars, but so far so good. It will take a little time to getting used to it, but it should not be a problem. Now, if you're planning to buy the Leoncino bike as a daily drive here in Metro Manila, this part is actually for you. So I will try to drive the bike through the heavy traffic as much as I can, because this is basically what you're going to expect and experience if you're going to use this bike on a daily basis. So if you don't want to be hitting any of those side mirrors, you're gonna find yourself more often at the sides, not in the middle of the traffic, simply because these wide handlebars aren't made or designed to squeeze in between those tight spaces. So this basically ends the test ride of the Benelli Leoncino. Hopefully I'll be able to ride a bike more in the future, and up next will be the TRK and the Cruiser.